resistance.
What's up, everyone? This is the Tin Man with the Worldwide Resistance Network. If you are watching this, you are the resistance. And welcome to TINMAN TV. Yes, everyone, this is TINMAN TV. I, of course, am your host, Chris Sheldon, aka the Tin Man, the White Rabbit, taking you down that goddamn rabbit hole once again. And this, of course, is, as you all well know, Meth Monster Blue, the fictitious product that doesn't actually exist because we are not funded by any major corporations. We are of the people, by the people, for the people. So if you like this broadcast, please, by all means, please hit those like and subscribe buttons and follow us on all our various social media feeds, X, YouTube, Rumble, and now on Facebook, all at where? Real TWWRN. And, of course, if you like these transmissions, share the live feeds and engage in the conversation. Comments are enabled. And this is one of the, if not the, only political podcast network that includes you in the conversation from beginning of the show until the very end. So again, if you have any thoughts, opinions, information, what have you, chime in the comments section. Become a part of the conversation, become a part of the show, become a part of the movement. And as always, check out our online store. Tons of great merchandise there. Shirts, hats, bumper stickers. You name it. Okay? With so much more to come down the line. But I know we're starting a bit late today. And I have good reason for that. I wanted to take some extra time and do a little bit of extra research. Just get my ducks in order here. I want to try to give this a fair shake as much as I possibly can. Because whether we like him or not, Trump is the president of the United States, and we need to hold his feet to the fire. We need to make sure he does the right things, because obviously he's not a globalist puppet, but he is quite narcissistic and self-absorbed and has a bit of a, for lack of a better term, a God complex. I'm not sure I would go that far, but he definitely has an overinflated ego. And likes to do things his way and doesn't take constructive criticism very well. He does course correct from time to time, which is why it is important to hold his feet to the fire endlessly and make sure that he stays on the right course and does the right things. But as of late, he kind of just seems to be doubling down on his Epstein bullshit, to the point where he is just pissing off the American people, and even his supporters are going, and I quote, "Why must you fail me so often?" Yeah. Like every fucking time, every time he does something stupid, the American people, even his supporters, are just like, so that's what we're going to try to cover today. Now, Trumpy, you're not doing yourself any favors, brother. You're really not. Okay? Jones just stated, and Jones has a very good record of accuracy and in stating that Maga is pretty much abandoning Trump. And I wanted to really do my research into this and see where everything's at. Trump has record approval ratings in the lows. Like, this man has some of the lowest polling records in history as of late. And it's not that it's unwarranted. Especially with these Epstein things. With this Epstein thing going on and Pam Bondi slow rolling and everything. We'll get into all that. It kind of goes without saying. But fucking A. Fuck. Motherfuck, noise. Yeah. That's pretty much my thought process on this. But we need to backtrack a little bit here. Okay. Now, advocates for Trump and even the Epstein files have come out and confirmed this, have stated that Trump was the one that outed Epstein back in the day. He kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. Trump's the one who went to the police. And that's what started this whole damn thing. And it was Trump who promised that he would release the Epstein files. And then Pam Bondi slow rolled it. Oh, it's all on my desk. We've got all these files, blah, blah, blah. Like 14 hours of videos and blah, blah, blah. And then, oh, there's nothing. It's just child porn, blah, blah, blah. There's nothing. Epstein killed himself. The Easter bunny is hanging out in my kitchen. Along with Santa Claus and the Keebler Elf. They're all sitting at my kitchen table playing cards right now. Now, it's just total fucking dumb shit like that. So, now you have the release of the 3 million plus documents, and Trump wants to do nothing with it. Okay, I'm acquitted in this. I'm in the clear. Again, he's making it all about himself, which is really pissing off the American people. But it's not just that. There are additional documents. There's another 3 million or so documents that Pam Bondi just this past weekend went to Congress with a letter and said, oh, we've released everything. Come to find out, she hadn't. And then she gets pulled in front of Congress, makes a complete ass out of herself. And then all these Trump apologists are going out of their way saying Pam Bondi blindsided Congress by monitoring the unredacted files that Congress was permitted to see what they would search so as to implicate him. You have the Epstein files themselves that implicate these motherfuckers. You don't need to spy on Congress, which is a big no-no. Not that I'm opposed to it on a moral or ethical standpoint, but on a legal standpoint, you couldn't have shot yourself in the foot with any bigger of a fucking round. You may as well have just blown your fucking foot off with a tank round. You may as well have just sat on a fucking grenade, pulled the pin, and said, bye-bye, everybody! Like, seriously. And then the apologists sit there and hold this up as if it was some great thing, other than political fucking suicide. And then, of course, Trump wants to do nothing about it. The Republican courts want to do nothing about it. What? No. 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 So, and most of the American people would agree with this consensus at this point. So, yeah. So, yeah, the American people are pissed off at Trump, and rightfully so. I mean, why wouldn't you be pissed off at the president of the United States, who promised he was going to release these files, and then pulled all this shit and says, "Oh, America wants to move on." No, we don't, dude. Even General Flynn is telling you, no, no, no. We're not moving on. We want prosecutions. That's what we've always wanted. We wanted them exposed. We wanted them prosecuted. We want them in jail for the rest of their life. We want their plan dismantled and them in jail so they can't hurt us anymore. Okay? You promised to protect the American people from these monsters. And the only way to do that is to dismantle their plan and lock them away in cages so that they can't hurt people anymore. So long as they are free, so long as they are permitted to do as they please, and evidently without any sort of consequences, we're all fucked. And not just the American people, but you too, Orange Man. Okay? Now, you got to figure, you're implicated in this cover-up. And don't think they won't sacrifice their own just to fucking nail your ass to a fucking cross, buddy. And I know that Alex Jones and others are arguing, and this is something I saw this morning, that Trump is doing this to try to protect his wife. Now, again, that's very admirable, but we also know that he's trying to protect his friends, that it would embarrass his friends, that it would allegedly crash the stock market. No. At which point, it would probably be the only thing that saves this fucking country is if you move forward on this. Okay, because then you would have a renewed faith in the governmental and legal system. Okay, but you not doing this is having the exact crippling and destructive effect that you say you're trying to avoid. And as far as protecting your friends, fuck your friends, dude. Fuck Trump's friends. Okay, I call that hypocritical bullshit because Epstein was his friend. Yeah, remember that? Yeah, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago and went to the authorities against him because he was a real bad dude. Okay, he was still his friend, but just because Epstein was Trump's friend does not mean that he didn't go to the fucking police. Same with the fucking Clintons. He has a long history of friendship with the Clintons. And now they're bitter rivals, bitter enemies. So don't give me this, oh, I gotta protect my friends crap. Okay, your friends are pedophile monsters that need to go to fucking prison. You need to stop fucking being a little bitch about it and do the same thing to them that you did to Epstein, because they're no better than Epstein. All right, man, Epstein was just the supplier. Yeah, he was a top dog and all this shit for sure. But you think that other people that you're associated with aren't equally as guilty? Maybe more, maybe less, I don't know. But you had him arrested because he was fucking trying to recruit some little girl at Mar-a-Lago. You have 6 million plus pages of people that are implicated in Satanism, pedophilia, human trafficking, human sacrifice, cannibalism, bloodletting, blood drinking, pre-birth abortions. The list goes on of the atrocities of these people. And you're protecting them, which does what? Implicates you as an accessory after the fact. Trump has implicated himself for the second time in the cover-up of this Epstein case and protector of pedophiles. which for a man who values his reputation and the reputation of his family, and he's trying to protect his family and his reputation and their reputation, it seems really stupid to me that you would go out of your way to shoot yourself in the foot and kill your reputation with this behavior. Now, there are a lot of other issues that are really damning to Trump's behavior, such as his actions in the Middle East, his continued relationship with Israel, and BB shit and yoo-hoo, and all of that, despite people calling for the end of that relationship. And I'll just go ahead and say it. Cheers! Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of issues that are really pissing off the American people. And that's why we got to hold Trump's feet to the fucking fire. Okay? And I am no apologist for Trump, but I acknowledge the fact that the guy is our president. He's not a globalist puppet. Okay? Hey, there are many people who are caught up in these circles who are victims and perps who say that Trump is an enemy of this globalist system and he's an outsider. He's not even an outsider looking in. He's just a guy doing his own thing, completely separate from all these people. You have victims and the people within these organizations all saying this. And it's not just victims of the Epstein stuff. We're talking about victims of MK Ultra from back in the day. Fucking, what is her name? She wrote a very famous book on it, and she was on the Jones Show yesterday. And what was her name? I cannot remember her fucking name. But if somebody's in the comment section, please quote this. I'm trying to fucking think of her name right now. Fucking, what the hell, man? What the fuck? Think. Fuck. Kathy O'Brien. Yeah, okay, Kathy O'Brien. Okay, even Kathy O'Brien is saying that, and for those of you who don't know who Kathy O'Brien is, she was a victim of MK Ultra mind control. She wrote a fabulous book on it, detailing how they were going to use MK Ultra and homosexuality to normalize pedophilia and other subsequent toxic Satanist behavior, to normalize Satanism, to normalize pedophilia and other things that would be otherwise considered not only taboo, but criminal in the highest regards. And they were going to use MK Ultra and homosexuality to condition the public to incrementally accept that. And now the argument is that we have this MK Ultra mind control programming, along with the fluoride and the dumbing down of society, has made human beings so complacent and passive that even with the release of the Epstein files, nobody's going to stand up because we've been conditioned to accept it. Even though we still stand on this moral high ground that it is wrong, illegal, unethical, immoral, so on and so forth. It should not be happening, and something should be done about it. We have been conditioned and dumbed down to a point to where, quite possibly, we're not going to do anything about it. And I think that's what a lot of these people are counting on, that they can sit there and hide out in the open and really have nothing to worry about, which I highly question, because so many people are speaking out about it. We talked about this the other day. Conspiracy Anon has been talking about it on open social media, on Facebook, on his personal Facebook, talking about setting dates for a violent uprising and whatnot. again, behavior I don't exactly condone. Not that I don't support the idea of taking our government back and doing what is necessary. I always advocate for a peaceful renaissance over a violent revolution, but I do accept the reality that such a thing could become an unavoidable necessity, and I am fully prepared to accept that. But blasting these plans all over social media, effectively alerting your enemy to your plans, and effectively leading yourself and anybody who follows you into a fucking slaughter is just fucking plain stupid. And I will not be an advocate for that. I will not play party to that, and I will most certainly speak out against it. But I digress. So I don't think that the globalists are out of the woods yet. I mean, Hillary Clinton and most everybody in the globalist community has admitted that the globalist agenda is fucking dead in the water, that their plan has failed, and that there's no going back. They cannot recover from everything that has happened to decimate the globalist New World Order operations, which is great. However, you don't need to leave these people out in the open, free as a fucking bird, so they can go and regroup and come back with a more solid plan. You don't do it. Okay? If somebody tries to break into your house and you stop them and they run away and you know who they are, you know where they live, and you don't have them arrested, they're gonna come back again. And I can get Trump maybe wanting to protect his family, but the best way he can protect his family is by letting justice be done, letting the heavens fall, coming out with the truth, prosecuting these people, and being done with it. That would protect his family in all regards, both physically and in terms of their reputation. Because I don't doubt that somebody somewhere has maybe even made death threats to the Trump family. I would not put that past anybody. Especially on things like this. And the argument has also been that he's trying to use this stuff as blackmail to get the globalists to roll over. Okay? Tried that, didn't work. And they turned it on you, Trump. They turned it on Trump. He tried to pull that shit. They pretended to go along, and then they fucked him in the ass.
Ow! Fuck me in the goat ass!
Yeah.
You button hooked me. I didn't know you were gonna button hook me.
Yeah, they got you, Trump. They got your ass. And you want to try to do this again? Okay, what is the very definition of insanity, ladies and gentlemen? Doing the same thing repeatedly, expecting a different result. And that's what this is. It's pure insanity. If you're trying to get these people to roll over and you're trying to blackmail them, that one is pure insanity, and two, you are implicating yourself as an accessory after the fact. You are Trump is implicating himself in the cover-up and protection of criminals who are engaged in pedophilia, human sacrifice, cannibalism, genetic human experimentation, illegal human experimentation, bloodletting, blood drinking, trafficking. The list of atrocities goes on and on. And the fact that Trump would be willing to go after Epstein for this, no attempts of blackmail, none of that shit. Just, fuck this guy. Hey, Mr. Officer. No, I got my phone here. I'm at the opposite. Go to Epstein. Epstein bad. Okay? You're going to do that? Why not do it with the rest of these assholes? Okay? I don't want to hear this bullshit of Trump's trying to protect his friends. Okay? Epstein was his fucking friend. Didn't fucking matter. He still went to the fucking police and outed his ass. Okay? Do the fucking same thing. Oh, he's trying to play 5,000-degree chess. Or whatever. He didn't do that with Epstein. He just said, hello, Mr. Officer. Go with Epstein. Epstein bad. I mean, he didn't play these fucking games. Okay, Epstein directly could have threatened the Trump family. Trump could have blackmailed Epstein. Trump could have tried to protect Epstein because Epstein was his friend. But Trump nailed Epstein to a fucking cross. He fucking crucified his ass. He looked at Epstein and with his phone in his hand, on the phone with the police, looking at Epstein going,
You sick little monkey!
Seriously. So don't give me this fucking excuse crap, because I am not some Trump apologist. I am not part of the Trump apologist network. In fact, I need to put that on a shirt. I need to make a shirt for that. Coming soon. Trump apologist network shirts. Maybe one, maybe more. Keep a lookout for that. I'm going to fuck around with that later. But yeah. He didn't do that shit. None of these excuses would fly with Epstein directly. So why are they flying now? That's stupid. Okay? There's got to be something bigger. Or Trump's just an idiot being fed bad information and buying into bad information. Because you look at Pam Bondi, slow rolling this shit like a motherfucker. Even Trump has said Pam Bondi is useless as tits on a fucking boat. He didn't use that exact quote, but I like that quote. Okay, a more popular term is as effective as a screen door in a submarine. Me personally, I like saying that this person is about as useful as tits on a fucking boat. Okay, that's my line. That's my thing. Maybe I'll make a shirt out of that one too. I don't know. Probably not. But Pam Bondi has done all this shit. She's blocked Kennedy on the fluoride thing. All of that should have gotten that bitch fucking fired. Same with Todd Blanche. The only thing that Todd Blanche has in favor on his record is that he got Trump off on that Mar-a-Lago case. Everything else has been a major fucking cock block to this administration and its efforts. And Trump has to see this. He's not fucking blind. But he's deliberately turning a blind eye, which is, again, pissing off the American people. Again, Trump. You gotta say it, man. Okay? Stop playing nice with these people. Where is the Donald? I gotta ask. What happened to the Donald Trump from The Apprentice? The no bullshit, you're fired, motherfucker. What happened to that Donald Trump? Seriously, where's that Donald Trump? I want that Donald Trump. If we're going to have a Donald Trump, that's the Donald Trump I would want. Okay? And if you care so much about his goddamn image, stop making an ass out of yourself. Stop going out of your way to make enemies out of the American people, both left and right. Okay? And I've said it. You want to win over the left, just go, look, I get it. You don't like me. You want to play this? I'm a Republican. I'm a Democrat. Blah, blah, blah. Left versus right. Blah, blah, blah. But let's get down to brass tacks. I'm the president. I'm here. What can I do to make life better for you? If he went to the Democratic voters and said that and said, look, all bullshit aside, I'm the president. What can I do with my presidential power to make your life better? Okay, that would win over so many fucking people, but he doesn't do that. And I've been saying it for fucking months. I've been saying it for the longest fucking time. Common fucking sense shit. Okay, again, more common sense shit. The whole thing with Israel and with Russia and Ukraine, okay? End your relationship with Israel. Pull back. You don't have to make him an enemy. Just say, look, this is your sandbox. You're all out of my sandbox. Go play in your own fucking sandbox and leave me the fuck alone. I ain't getting involved in your bullshit. You, whatever you want to do, that's your fucking thing. Handle your fucking bullshit. Leave me the fuck alone. Go play in your sandbox. Stay the fuck out of my sandbox. We can be friends, but you have your sandbox. Stay out of my fucking sandbox. Okay? He can do that with Israel. He can go to Russia and look at the situation and go, okay, you got the two world's biggest nuclear superpowers. And you've got all these smaller countries starting all these problems. And then going, well, you can't do anything because if you do, my buddy Russia will get involved. Or my buddy America will get involved. And it's going to be nuclear war. Okay? If Trump was smart about it, he would see this. If he would get his head out of his butt, he would see, hey, this is what's going on. I'm going to go form an alliance with Russia. I'm going to get them away from China. Russia will be America number 2 because America wants to be capitalist. They want to get away from all that bullshit. And everybody, including Russians, agreed like, hey, you know, this would be a fucking great fucking thing. You know, if Russia and the United States formed an alliance, fuck NATO and fuck all these other countries and just formed an alliance with Russia and they looked at the rest of the world and said, okay, how's it going to go, kids? Are you going to go to your respective rooms and you're going to play nice? Or do mommy and daddy have to whoop your ass? Pure and simple. I guarantee you all these smaller countries would stop trying to fucking flex if it were America and Russia, mama and pop looking at all the kids going, so what's it going to be? Okay, I guarantee you, all these smaller countries would fold and be like, okay, don't hurt us. Like, you don't even have to threat violence. You just look at them and go, now what? You going to go to your room and play nice? You going to cut your bullshit? Because that's what it's been. It's this world has been a quote unquote house divided with the children pitting mom and pop against each other so that they could run a fucking muck. That's why the world's in such chaos. The kids are running amok because they got mom and pop pitted against, weaponized against each other. But if you get mom and pop back on the same page, you get Russia and the United States like this, ain't nobody gonna fuck around. Ain't nobody gonna play fuck around and find out against the world's 2 biggest nuclear superpowers, and it ain't gonna fucking happen. Okay? And these are things that Trump could be doing, and it would solve all of these fucking problems. You form this alliance with Russia. You have a military tribunal RICO case against all these people implicated in criminal activity in these Epstein files and the fraud and all this other shit. You just have 1 or 2 big RICO cases with a judge will be bipartisan, with an attorney isn't on the Soros payroll and will actually do the job, and it's done. And Trump knows that if he did this, he would be a fucking hero in the eyes of the American people, both Republican and Democrat. Like, if he just buckled down and stopped with the trolling bullshit and everything else that he's doing and just handled these few things, he'd be hailed as a hero. Okay? What was it? I gotta find this article. And he said it best. Like, this is fucking great. I gotta find this video. It was fucking amazing what he fucking said. Okay, is this it? Sorry, I'm trying to find something here. No, that's not it. I know I saved it. I know I fucking saved it last night. Okay, maybe I didn't. Is this it? Oh, I should have had this ready beforehand. I will find it. It's gonna bug me if I don't. Briggs versus Trump, is that it? No, that is not it. But I think that might be something I want to cover in a minute here. But I'm going to find it. Okay, I think I lost it. Damn it. I think I lost the file. I had the file, but then I lost the file. And I can't seem to find the fucking file. Oh no. I find it. I found it. Alrighty. Let me go to the feed. I told you to find it. And I did.
Everything is fake and staged and blackmailed. So we have two options here to believe. One, Trump's completely implicated and in on it and trying to hide it, which that's what a lot of people believe. And those same people believe that this is about child trafficking, which is bad enough. But at the end of the day, that's not what this is actually about. The Epstein situation is about a power structure that controls the world through blackmail. So people don't want that. People don't want to live in a situation where everything is fake and staged and blackmailed, and magically these same group of people keep getting richer and richer. They avoid accountability. They avoid any payback. And Trump, you were put in office to fix that. But no matter what you do from here on out, if you don't do that, you will be the biggest joke that ever existed in the history of the United States, period. He can either be the greatest thing that ever happened or the biggest joke that ever happened. And that's his options. Everything is fake and staged and blackmailed.
Yeah, I mean, that pretty much hits the nail on the head right there. He can either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. Okay? As the saying goes. He can either leave office a fucking hero or a fucking joke. I mean, if he nailed these people in the Epstein files that are implicated in the Epstein files, if he nailed them and not only successfully prosecuted them, but got them locked away from society for the rest of their lives or whatever, whatever the case, whatever the sentence might be for that, dude, he would be hailed as a hero. He would be right up there with Jesus Christ in terms of his popularity and impact that he has had on the world. Okay, he would be second only to Jesus Christ in that regard, as far as the eyes of the American people are concerned. Okay, you want to talk about boasting your ego, Trump? You want to talk about being popular and having a great public image? Dude, implicating these people and nailing them to a fucking cross would be the greatest PR move you could ever make in human history. Okay, that alone would be the greatest PR move in human history. Now, on that note, I want to move on to something else here. Since Trump is not capitalizing on making himself the greatest thing since sliced bread by implicating these people, whether for protecting his friends or preventing the economy from collapsing, which it wouldn't collapse the economy. Okay, if anything, it would probably boost the economy and probably be the only thing that freaking saves this country and fucking supercharges it, if I'm being perfectly honest here. You know, and whether it's protecting his friends or protecting his wife, okay, fuck your friends. And as far as protecting your wife and your family, the greatest way to protect them and yourself is to destroy your enemies. Okay, otherwise your enemies are just going to keep coming at you. And in that regard, I have to ask, what if Trump doesn't do it? Is he setting up so that the Antichrist can do it? Like, for real. Is he setting up so that is he setting up the dominoes so that the Antichrist could come in and make that move to arrest the globalists? And that's personally what I think. Now, I have a file here. I'm going to review this real quick. Just make sure that this is what I'm looking for. I mean, this is just more of the rhetoric that, or not rhetoric, basically what we've already covered. I mean, I'll just go ahead and play it, because why the fuck not at this point? I probably should have played this at the top of the broadcast, but I didn't think about it. But this woman makes a very good point, and she cited a lot of things that are going on. Go ahead and have a listen.
A federal judge just sided with the Trump administration when it comes to the Epstein files, and a Republican-controlled House committee is also refusing to punish Attorney General Pam Bondi for not releasing the Epstein files. So let's talk about the court first. A federal judge in New York ruled just today that he will not be appointing a special master to force the Department of Justice to comply with the Epstein Transparency Act and release the files. The Department of Justice is currently breaking that law. DOJ is 2 months and 2 days late in releasing all of the Epstein files. And I've been reporting that Representatives Thomas Massie and Ro Khanna, the lawmakers who wrote that law, intervened in an existing federal case and asked this federal judge in New York to appoint a special master to oversee DOJ's work on these files. The congressman said the DOJ is dragging its feet and the special master would force them to release the files faster. The lawmakers also told the court that the DOJ cannot be trusted to comply with the redaction parts of the law. Well, today, the judge ruled that his court is the wrong venue to bring this matter. The judge said this federal criminal case does not give this court jurisdiction over or authority to supervise DOJ's compliance with the Epstein Files Transparency Act. The judge also said the way Massie and Khanna filed their request was legally impermissible. So now what? Well, now the DOJ can keep doing what it's been doing, not releasing the files. Meanwhile, the House Oversight Committee just voted today to hold former President Bill Clinton in contempt of Congress for not complying with the subpoena to testify about what he knows about Epstein. They also voted to hold former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton in contempt for not complying with the subpoena. However, the Republican-controlled Oversight Committee rejected an amendment that would have also held Attorney General Pam Bondi in contempt for not complying with the Epstein Transparency Act. So that's not going to happen. The Republican chairman of the committee said Bondi is complying with the law, so this contempt motion is unnecessary. So for now, there will be no consequences for Bondi, not from the courts and clearly not from this Republican-controlled Congress. Now, when it comes to the Clintons, their contempt charges are still not finalized. Those will still have to be voted on by the entire House of Representatives. There is no date set yet for that vote. And if and when that contempt is approved by the whole House, then it will be up to the Department of Justice to decide whether or not to prosecute the Clintons.
Now, that is an older video. It's from last month. That was from about a month ago. But it still rings true in the here and now. Like, why are you going after the Clintons and trying to hold them accountable, but not Pam Bondi in the same rules? Okay, the Clintons didn't comply with Congress. Pam Bondi didn't comply with Congress. The Clintons get gone after, which they should be gone after. I'm not saying they shouldn't. But then you let Pam Bondi off the hook. Okay, I'm not for that bias shit. Okay, I'm not for letting the Clintons off the hook. You know, if you did bad, you did bad. I don't care which side of the aisle you're on. I don't care whether you ride an elephant or a donkey. Okay, if you did bad, you did bad. And justice needs to be blind and unbiased. Okay, so I'm not arguing that point. But most of this stuff is just bias at this point, and this is what's destroying Trump's already useless reputation. And he can turn it around. I'm not going to lie. He can turn it around. He could be hailed as the greatest thing since sliced bread if he just nailed the Epstein thing. If he nailed the Epstein thing and saw prosecutions in all these regards, nailing these people, getting them successfully prosecuted and locked away for the rest of time, dude, his PR would skyrocket. His reputation would go through the fucking roof. Again, he would be hailed as the greatest thing since sliced bread. In terms of historical figures, he would be up there with George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, maybe even bigger than them. Okay, he would be up there with Jesus Christ in terms of the positive impact had on this world. Okay, he would be up there with Jesus Christ in terms of popularity. Okay, second only to our Lord and Savior. Okay, that is how popular Trump would be. And he needs to think about that. He needs to roll with that. But instead, he's doing this shit, which makes me wonder, is Trump, again, setting up for the Antichrist to prosecute the Epstein clients? Because, again, is this slow rolling? Is this conditioning us? The people want this. The people are demanding this. And if Trump doesn't get it, but the Antichrist does, dude, everybody's going to fucking love the Antichrist. And then they're going to follow him hook, line, and sinker because he nailed the Epstein thing. He nailed the Epstein thing as the ultimate bait and switch. Okay, so I got to be very mindful of this. And Trump's not an idiot. And I'm hoping that I and the American people can appeal to his ego and be like, look, dude, you will be the greatest thing since sliced bread if you go after these people and you lock them away for the rest of time. Okay? Stop slow rolling. Stop beating around the bush. Just fucking nail them. Just fucking nail them. I mean, I don't know where else you can go. I mean, if you just stop beating around the bush and stop playing niceties and just nail these fuckers? Oh my God. Like, seriously. I got something I want to bring up. This would be a great example if they actually have it online. Okay. This is what Trump needs to fucking do. Like, verbatim. All right. All right. Found it. Got it ready. Queued up. There's a scene from Wicked for Good. Glenda's already told the wizard, get the fuck out of town. Now she's going after Madame Bobal. This is what Trump needs to do. This is how Trump needs to react. Not slow to respond and not a lot of satisfying results. Just swift, decisive action.
Absence. A fact.
Linda, dear, can you not find it in your heart to forgive me?
You'll have your pick. Although, I can't imagine you'll hold up very well.
I can see now how truly good you are.
Actually, I'm not. Not yet. You do not have what it takes. I doubt you will. I hope you prove me wrong.
That's really what Trump needs to be doing. I think there's a better scene here.
Think, madam. You have so many cages.
Can you not find it in your heart to forgive me?
This is what Trump needs to do. This is a better example. Not playing around. Just be like, not playing around, not allowing any sort of manipulation. Just fucking boots to asses, get shit done. Swift, decisive action.
But just think, madam. You have so many cages. But just think, madam. You have so absence.
Linda, dear, can you not find it in your heart to forgive me?
But just think, madam. You have so many cages. My personal opinion, I doubt you will.
Okay. Whether you like the movie or not, this really illustrates the point of what Trump needs to be doing. Quick, decisive action. All right. In the movie, what happens? Everything comes to a head. She tells the wizard, you're getting the fuck out of town. Then goes to Madame Bobal and says, okay, guess what? You're now going in a fucking cage, bitch. I highly doubt you're going to last in there, but I hope you prove me wrong. Bye. Okay. And Madame Bobal tried to manipulate her. And it didn't work. She just went, bye, bitch. Like, no, not playing this bullshit. You're gone. We're done. We're not playing this bullshit no more. That's what Trump needs to fucking do. He needs to stop beating around the bush. He needs to stop playing the game. And just take decisive action. Just go, boom, done. Okay? But I don't know that he will. I hope that he will. I hope that he will capitalize on this PR move that would make him the greatest thing since sliced bread. But we'll have to wait and see. Until then, I gotta get myself going. So, I am, of course, your host, Chris Sheldon, the Tin Man with the Worldwide Resistance Network. This has been TINMAN TV. Again, check out our online store. Tons of great merch there. Gonna get to work on the new shirts, the Trump Apologist Network shirts. Work on those. Work on some designs and some ideas there. Hopefully should have those out by next week. And if that's not your thing, that's fine. Costs nothing to be a patriot, as Jones would say. So, if you like these broadcasts, share the live feed with your friends, your family, on your social medias. Share the retransmissions and follow us on our various social medias. X, YouTube, Rumble, and now Facebook. Hit the like and subscribe buttons on YouTube, fuck up their algorithm, and hit the notification bell so that you're notified anytime we go live, because right now X seems to be having some technical issues with streaming the live feed, which is why I've been posting the YouTube feed there. Hopefully they get that worked out. But again, share the live feed, share the retransmissions, and as always, keep the conversation going. Things have been relatively quiet today. I understand it's a weekday and we didn't start at our normal time, so I take full responsibility for that. But with your thoughts, come in with your thoughts and opinions regardless, even after the show's ended. If you have additional information or additional ideas or thoughts or opinions, we want to hear from you. And also on that note, we have 2 openings on the roundtable. For the longest time, it's been just me and Brevin. Connor's stepped away for family reasons. We did not begrudge him anything. He's prioritizing his family. He's got responsibilities, and you can't shirk your responsibilities. So we have excused him until such time that he might decide to return. And we occasionally have Zero on, but Zero kind of likes to do his own thing. And so we've got at least two spots that we'd like to fill on the roundtable. So if you're an investigative journalist of sorts, or just a free thinker, and you resonate with what we're discussing and what we're talking about, we would love to hear from you. We would love to bring you on to the podcast, and either as a guest or even as a permanent. We would love to have at least 4 people on the panel per week. So if you think you got what it takes, drop us a line on X or on Facebook. Hit us up. We'll sit down and have a nice little chat with you, and we'll see where it goes from there. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I will see you on Saturday with the roundtable at its normal time, 11 a.m. I promise I won't be late this time. And until then, this has been your host, Chris Sheldon, the Tin Man with the Worldwide Resistance Network. If you're watching this, you are the resistance. Stay safe, stay strong, and God bless you.